Learners, happy to meet you once again. I hope everyone is learning basics and fundamentals of programming in C from my existing lecture series. As usual, this is Dr. Sedhupathy, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi, College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. So today we are going to discuss about looping control statements in C language. Learners, in this session we are going to learn about while loop in C programming. So agenda for our discussion will be introduction about while loop, syntax for the while loop, flowchart and example program for while loop, and different operators and conditions which can be utilized in a while loop condition part and other operators inside while loop. So basically, while loop in C programming is also known as an entry control loop. It repeatedly executes a section of code based on a given Boolean condition. It can be viewed as a repeating if statement. Before each iteration, the condition is evaluated, and if it holds true, the loop proceeds. This makes it similar to repeating if statement. If condition fails, the loop control comes out of the loop. Unlike other loops, the while loop is particularly useful when the number of iterations is not known in advance, as it continues to execute as long as the condition remains true. Here is the syntax for while loop. After the while keyword, within the braces there is a condition statement. Here users can give conditions, depends on their input. It may be relational operators or logical operators. And inside the parentheses you may have single line statement or number of statements. If you go single line statement, parentheses are not mandatory. If you are using more than one statement, then the parenthesis is mandatory. Coming to flowchart of while loop, how while loop executes is described in this flowchart. Here there is an initialization value for checking the or initiating the condition parameter or variable. Then the condition is tested. If the condition is true, it gets into body of the loop or the segment of code which is inside the parenthesis. If the condition is false, it goes, or the control goes out of the while loop segment. And once it comes inside the while loop segment, the body of the loop is executed, and then there is an increment or decrement variable. Once the increment and decrement is done, then control goes again to testing the condition. Again, if the condition is true, then control comes inside the body of the loop. If the control falls or condition fails, then it goes out of the loop and the control goes to the next immediate statement after the while loop. Here is an example for while loop. Here this program is written for printing the values from 1 to 10. Here there is an integer variable declared I and it is initialized as 1, and inside the while loop in condition part, the variable I is checked with 10 whether it is less than or equal to 10, and inside the while loop parenthesis the value of I is printed, and there is an increment statement I equal to I plus 1. While this statement executes up to 10 times, the I variable is incremented from 1 to 10. While coming out of loop, the value of I becomes 11. Then the condition fails, then control comes out of the while loop block. So the output is here denoted in the right side. The values from 1 to 10 is printed for this example program. Here is how you can use different operators in the condition part of a while loop. Here I is checked with relational operator less than or equal to, and in the second example there is a relational operator I greater than or equal to 10 as well j less than or equal to 15, but you can observe that there is a logical operator, and here the while loop condition part becomes true only when both the conditions are true, which is I section and j section, both conditions are true, then only while loop becomes true, then the statements inside the while loop will be executed. Here is other examples how different operators are used inside a while loop. In the first example, in the while loop condition part there is a relational operator, and the increment section is like I equal to I plus 1. There is an increment operator, and coming to right side example, here also there is an increment operator I plus plus. You can also use decrement operators I minus minus, and you can also use like I equal to I plus 2, I plus equal to 2, something like that you can also use. Thank you dear learners for the patient listening. I will see you with some other concept very soon. Thank you so much once again.